My name is Dan, and I'm here today with incumbent Judge John Wallace, and you are running on the for re-election here this year.
Well, the thing is, I'm running to retain my seat, to keep my seat.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're running on which ticket are you running on?
Well, the thing is, it's a nonpartisan race, but I am a Republican.
Okay. Can you tell us some of your previous work history before you were sitting judge?
Well, as to my legal past work experience, I was a judicial clerk for a year immediately after finishing law school. And from there I went to a larger firm. I'm talking about probably 12 or so lawyers in Newark, Ohio. And there I handled civil cases and some criminal cases. After I left there, I worked for several years with attorney Edwin Johnston here in Logan. And there I did criminal cases, civil cases, and juvenile cases. After leaving Mr. Johnston, I went into solo practice, and while I was in solo practice, I did criminal cases, civil cases, juvenile, and of course, being a civil practitioner, I had to run my own office. In 2006, I was appointed to be municipal court judge for Hocking County, and I did that for 4.5 years. And while I was there, I handled some civil cases, but the majority of my docket was criminal matters, and also the big majority was traffic matters. And that ranged from very serious OVI matters all the way down to the speeding tickets, and had a number of trials, mostly to the bench, as we say, namely with no jury, but occasionally we would have a jury trial. Municipal court doesn't really have that many jury trials. And for the last approximately 15 months, I have been the common pleas judge of Hocking County, and that was upon the retirement of common pleas judge Tom Gergen, and he retired, I believe, in April of 2011, and he was on part-time until I took over on July 25th, 2011.
All right. Do you have what sets you apart, you think, personally, or the way you would operate the bench from your opponent?
Well, I could sum that up probably in 2 words: judicial experience. At this point, I have almost 6 years of judicial experience between municipal court and what I've done in the common pleas. I believe my opponent may have been or was an acting judge at some point, but I gather that was quite a long time ago. And I was an acting judge also in municipal court for a couple of years. I was a mayor's court magistrate for, I think, a year or so. But most importantly, for 4.5 years, I was a municipal court judge, and for the last 15 months, I've been common pleas judge. And during that time, as many people know, I've handled the most difficult cases that probably have come through Hocking County in the last 30 years. And of course, I'm speaking about the Inman cases, and at this point 2 of those cases have been resolved at the trial level, and one of them we started on trying that here about 3 weeks ago, and unfortunately we weren't unable to seat a jury, so that case has been sent to Chillicothe in Ross County, and I plan on following that case and being the judge in that case when it is tried. I believe it's going to start January 10th of 2013. And everybody involved in the case who was involved here in Hocking should be there. Also, the only exceptions would be that the jury would be from Ross County, and the deputies that would be there with Mr. Inman would be Ross County deputies as opposed to Hocking County deputies. But other than that, same probably cast of characters.
Right, and you believe that you definitely brought experience to the bench on the other 2 cases to help secure, a good.
Well, I worked very, very hard on those cases and did a lot of work to educate myself so those cases would go smoothly. And in my opinion, I think they went very smoothly. And from what the jurors have told me, that they believed also that the cases went smoothly. And so they didn't believe that their time was being wasted. And they also believed that everybody involved got a fair trial.
And one last question before we go, and what is your stance on legislation from the bench? I mean, setting law from the bench. Do you believe that your position as a judge is more to interpret the law and enforce it and help the trials to go smoothly, or to actually help write law?
It is my position that the role of a judge is to interpret the law, not to legislate from the bench. That is not contemplated to be the role of the judiciary. The role of the judiciary is to interpret the law. It's the role of the legislature to make the laws, and the executive branch to enforce the law and also to sign off on the law. And so there's a definite separation of powers contemplated by our government, and I believe that each branch should stay in their own sphere as opposed to going into powers that belong to the other branches.
All right, sir. Well, we definitely appreciate you for your time, and we'd just like to ask everybody to definitely get out there and vote on November 6th. Is it?
That is correct, yeah, and it's very important that everybody get out and vote.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.